I'm gonna be president of Peru in like 7 years, 7 or 8 years. I'm gonna fucking turn Peru from a communist bullshit thing that they got going on.
Clip that. Yo, so welcome to the Fine Podcast. Every week we invite interesting guests and we talk about defining moments and what defines them as the individual. Today I have a special guest. I've been watching this girl from afar. And as we get into this podcast, you're going to learn more about her and what she does, what she stands for. But I met her about 4 years ago. And 4 or 5 years ago, I invited her to a place just like this. And I showed her a business opportunity. And when we sat down, she sat down for a couple of runs, a couple of presentations. I was a part of a network marketing company. And she said, no, I love what you're doing, but you better do it for yourself. Don't do it for anyone else. And I was just looking at her like, hey, you're crazy. I don't know you from a hole in the wall. What are you talking about? You're crazy. She's like, listen, I love what you're doing. I was a part of that. It's not good. It's going to fail. 2 years later, it fucking failed. Yo, that doesn't go to take from the lessons and the people that I've met. It was a great journey. It was a great run. However, this person that I'm about to introduce has came from a violent and oppressed country. Her family migrated here when she was just 4 or 5 years old.
4.
They came to America to live the American dream. 2008, the economy crashed, and she realized at a young age that she had to take her destiny into her own hands. So she immediately learned how to market. She became a marketing affiliate. She became a part of a network marketing company. She then expanded her experience and knowledge on marketing by getting into the car sales.
Wait, you forgot. I made my first 20 grand in like 6 months as an affiliate marketer.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. I think the bigger picture is where you at today. You was able to take all the knowledge and all the training that you've gotten to build this monumental company that you call Viral Growth Media.
Viral Growth Media.
Viral Growth Media. And you manage $75 million in ad.
Managed over $10 million with it's now like 92.8 million in returns.
You shitted on them.
That's what I do.
Yo, listen,
bro.
And I could stay here all day. You've been featured on Forbes. You've been featured on Google Business. You've been featured on Inc. You've been featured on many, many things. But we want to know how, because 4 years ago, I've sat with you and you was in a situation where you just got off the car sales business and you literally looked me in my eyes and was like, yo, Jay, I love what you're doing, but this is what I'm going to do. And if you don't do something for yourself, it can always be taken from you. 4 years later, we sitting down next to each other and Laura, I've been following you the whole time and I can't say how much I appreciate and I salute and commend everything you have done. Yo, when you was going through this whole journey, there's people that don't support. There's people that look at you with a side eye. I was a spectator. Not one time have I ever doubted. I've never been a hater. I want to see everybody win. However, I didn't know you from a hole in the wall. And I didn't know you was going to take it this fucking far. Laura, you a fucking beast. She's a CEO. She's a visionary. She's a pioneer in the industry. She's seen things that weren't popular then that has blown up like crypto. She was getting paid with crypto before crypto was a thing.
Bro, since 2014.
Since 2014. Can you tell I did my homework?
Yeah, dude. This is great.
Yo, I've been watching, bro, and I'm a spectator. And again, it goes back to like, I see what people do and I learn from it. I never want to hate. I never want to be that person to be in a position where I hate. Like, I adore people and I want people to win at the highest level. And today you're winning at the highest level ever. Can you agree?
I mean, I think there's so much room for improvement, my dude. Like,
Yeah.
I think I could be winning so much bigger. Like, I'm thinking billionaire, trillionaire levels.
So
Like,
what
that's where
stops
I'm
you from
at
getting there?
today. The vehicle, right? So, like, the vehicle I'm currently in, which is my marketing company, it's gonna cap me off somewhere around $50 to $100 million in revenue. It's really hard to grow an agency past that because of management, hiring people, all the
The
logistics of it.
turnovers and shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So I get capped out there because of it's a service-based industry. But the idea for me behind Viral Growth Media is building more like consumer packaged goods and personal brands around it, partnering with them, having ownership stake in those companies, and then blowing them up through marketing and then exiting those companies. But the new vehicle is Web 3.0, right? Crypto, blockchain, NFTs, all that dope ass shit. That's my next vehicle.
Mhm.
I'm actually here with one of my partners. He's like the fucking goat of crypto trading, foreign exchange trading in general, and we're going really deep into the NFT space. And we're working on building out a hedge fund so that people can invest with us on like really big projects.
No, that is
So that's
amazing.
a new vehicle, right?
Right,
And that's
right,
a vehicle
right,
that can
right.
take me to the billion trillion dollars that I want to be at without the headache of agency service-based business work type stuff.
So is what you doing now with that? Once that has a cap, are you automatically switching to something else, or it'll be a part of?
So I'm still gonna own it. It's just about putting the right. Like, I'm not gonna be the CEO. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
be day to day managing anything. Right now, I probably work in my business maybe 10 hours a week. Right, and the other time I'm spending it doing research and development. I'm going into the metaverse. I'm looking up awesome projects, connecting with the community.
Talk about it, yo. Listen, we going into a whole different atmosphere,
Dude.
The universe is changing right before our eyes, bro. But I think history repeats itself. I don't know how much you are familiar with. And I hate to put it this way, like extraterrestrial, like the pyramids.
Aliens, I love fucking aliens. Let's go.
Yeah. Yo, you said that I got it on my phone, man. You said something about 5-6 years ago. It was like, yo, I'm a fucking pioneer. I can see things before people see it. And then I create this pave and this blueprint for people. And people call me crazy this whole time. But then they follow. Is that how you always thought?
Oh,
because,
100%.
Yo, listen. Yo, I looked at your fucking YouTube and you posted videos 13 years ago when you was a teen.
And they have like 65,000 views. I went viral.
I was doing research. I'm
grade.
like, yo, you been on one.
Bruh, I've been on one. I've been on a few.
Yo, and you one of the very few people that said you was gonna do something you actually did. Because I meet people all the time. They say, yo, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, and never do jack shit. And that's not to go to bash anybody. Go ahead, do you. But if you're a person of your word, and that's the most important thing, especially in business, if you say you're gonna do something, you gotta do it. So what pushed you and what helped you pivot to where you are today? Because it's been, what, 4 years, 5 years? I think it's been a lifetime journey. Right,
Yeah,
it's a
100%.
mindset. It's a mindset thing. But from when I spoken to you 5 years ago to where you are now, you're a whole different person,
Dude.
And you create.
I think every day I'm a new person.
Okay,
right? It's all about being 1% better every single day. But dude, what motivates me every day is knowing that like I literally won the fucking lottery every single time that I wake up in the morning. Right? There's people that don't fucking wake up, so I have all this energy and I got to do something to give back to my community. At least that's what I believe, right? And the whole thing about being a visionary and all that stuff, I don't just think that's me. I believe that's every single entrepreneur. We have this crazy
but yo,
ability.
that's used so loosely, and I'm sorry to cut you off. Like, entrepreneurs is used so loosely. People think they come out of a 9 to 5, and all of a sudden you're an entrepreneur. What the hell is an entrepreneur? Right?
An entrepreneur is what I said. Someone that can see the future and create the steps to bring that future to the reality, right? It's literally something I practice every single night. Like you're talking about aliens. Well, I believe like you have a higher self, right? I'm super spiritual, and I believe that my higher self can go out and figure out all the possibilities that there are for me the next day and go find the best possible one and bring it to me. Like I genuinely believe that from the bottom of my heart. And I practice that every single night. I tell my higher self what to do.
You believe in like quantum physics.
100%. So that is a part of quantum physics, right?
Yeah.
It's my
It's a
double.
law of attraction. So quantum physics is you can be one place and another place because of energy. Right? And if you put your energy out there, it can reciprocate. That's what quantum physics is. And when it's broken down to the law of attraction.
Yeah, the law of vibration, right? The law of frequencies.
The law of
Like you got to
numbers.
be vibing at the right frequency. Like so my next book is all about breaking your limiting beliefs around money so that you can vibe at a vibration of gratitude with money. Like money is me.
How do you break that down for the book?
Bruh, it's so much. You gotta wait for the book. It's gonna be coming out sometime in Q2 2022.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna have an NFT project with it. Like it's gonna be an NFT book launch.
Yo, let's talk about NFTs. For the people that don't know what an NFT is, non-fungible token.
Non-fungible token.
What is that and how did that transpire?
Yeah, so I think the first project was CryptoPunks. So they were the first ones on the ERC. Crypto Kitties. Oh yeah. But Crypto Kitties was a game already. CryptoPunks was like the big NFT project that went like super viral and that's worth like so much fucking money.
But so
Everybody's
explain,
buying
elaborate on that for the people that don't know. Because people are hearing all these terms, crypto, NFTs, Forex, and stuff like that. There's a lot of people that don't know that they become discouraged because they feel like the language barrier, they can't understand that. But somebody who's invested, someone who is a leader in the industry, how can you elaborate? How can you break that down in the simplest form?
Yeah, so NFTs at the simplest form, it's just a digital asset that you can prove that you own through a ledger, which is the blockchain. So this is proof that you own it, and there's only a certain amount of them.
It's an art piece that's digital.
Yeah, and not necessarily. I mean, but there's always utility to it too, right? So, like our NFT project that's going to be with the book, depending on the level of rarity of the NFT that you get a call with me, a one-on-one call with me. You can get consulting by my team. You can get your credit repaired. You know what I'm saying? Like based on the NFT that you buy from me.
It's tangible.
It's for sure. It can be transformed into the real world. Yes.
Right. Dope. What made you want to get into that?
Dude, so I think it's disrupting everything from the music industry, the art industry, like really anything. It gets rid of the middleman. So artists can now just receive 100% of whatever they get paid versus like Patreon or OnlyFans or whatever those platforms are taking a percentage. Now this technology itself gives it all to you.
Right. Yeah. And I've been keeping up with that. I seen Tory Lanez. He put out 60 for $1.
So my team was the one behind the Tory Lanez drop.
What? Talk about it. So the people that don't understand, man.
Yeah.
Tory Lanez.
Tell them.
No, you tell them. You're the professional. Shit,
So
I'm just
Tory
looking.
Lanez did an NFT
I'm just a
drop.
researcher. I'm online doing this. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, so Tory Lanez did his album drop as an NFT. He sold out. He made like millions in like 5 seconds. And yeah, he sold it for super cheap, and then people start reselling them on the secondary market. So like for example, Disney just did the same thing. They did a Disney Golden Moments collection on an app called Vivi, and you can literally pay for it through your Apple Pay on your phone. You can buy
so the average person can get
so
into
that the average person can adapt this technology and have collectibles. Yes.
So I want to get into that because most people that listen and watching, not to take away from them, but they don't know about.
Yeah, you just don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know. But someone like you, this is why it's important for me to bring people like you because they can learn something. And this is what it's about. It's about teaching people the game. And you've been so ahead of the curve that you can give that game out. Do you charge people for?
I charge people for everything.
For everything. Yo, where did you come with that mindset? Because I remember when we first started talking, you was like, yo, I follow Gary Vee. I took Grant Cardone University. And I was into things like that. So are these people you admire and you follow their blueprint?
So right after we met, I think is when I actually gave my first talk with Gary Vee. So like when we met, I was in a very pivotal point in my life. the reason why I was even in car sales was to learn how to sell. Because I was already doing like shit for the low, like online marketing stuff on like Upwork. Back then it was called Odesk. And I was already selling my services. It was just for pennies on the dollar. And I was competing with fucking people in India that don't value the dollar as much as I would value it. You know what I'm saying? So that I was leaving that world, and then I failed miserably when I launched my first agency because I didn't know how to sell. So then I begged my cousin to hire me as a salesperson at Wesley Chapel Nissan, and I learned sales with Grant Cardone. I did that for like 6 or 7 months, quit that, then I met you. Then I fucking launched my agency. And we went 0 to 6 figures in like 7 months from there. And then I gave my first talk with Gary Vee.
Wow, that is amazing. And because you believed in yourself so much, because what we like to do here is talk about the mindset, right? You think anybody can do what you're doing?
No.
And why is that?
Because, I mean, you gotta fucking be crazy. I think I'm fucking crazy, bro. You gotta be crazy to be an entrepreneur because you gotta have delusional self-belief that you can fucking do it.
Yeah, I like to believe that I'm a delusional optimist.
Fuck yeah.
I fucking see
that.
the good in everything. Yo, I see no matter the worst of the worst. Listen, I became deaf when I was 13 years old. That was the best shit that happened to me, right? Because I was able to have more sense of gratitude towards people and humanity, and be able to understand that what was taken from me was a purpose and a lesson in disguise, right? And now I'm able to grow and transcend myself and be more vulnerable and more giving towards other people, because I know what it is to be down. At that point, yo, I was like suicidal. I was like, yo, I've been cursed by God. I felt like I was the worst of the worst, right? Because of that situation. But, you know, fast forward, now it's like, yo, it's the best thing that happened to me. Like, when I see people go through stuff, I'm like, yo, you gotta chin up, man. There's people that's going through 10 times worse. And the podcast before this, we were talking about that. There's people that's living in third world countries that don't have the opportunities that we have. 100%. Listen, you came from Peru, and Peru,
and I still got
no
family
offense,
there.
Peru's fucked.
Peru's a communist country now. They're fucked. Like, they're so fucked. They're like probably the next Venezuela. For real.
That's fucking insane, bro.
That's crazy.
So your parents did you a favor by coming over here, right? They sacrificed their life to migrate over here.
I mean, they did themselves a favor, bro. Because guess who pays the bills now?
Yeah. But yo, it had to be something. So like, we got to talk about this defining moment. What was that moment where that switch clicked for you, where you felt like you had to transcend yourself and gain this type of knowledge to be able to build this empire that you have right now?
For sure. So it's been a journey, but definitely the first time when I really, really felt that I needed to fucking change was when I realized that my parents weren't going to buy me a car when I was 16. Like, that was the first time. Because, like, fuck, I can't rely on them. I got to fucking rely on myself. Let's fucking go. And I just Googled how to make money online, and I happened to find the affiliate marketing company. You know what I'm saying? The second time was, so, like, I'm 16 when I make my first 20 grand online. I don't fucking go do the whole Grant Cardone shit and all that till I'm like in my 20s. Okay, so the question is, what happened in that time frame?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I got fucking addicted to drugs. I was in toxic relationships. I was selling drugs. And that was so many years of my life just living in pure toxicity and just hating myself and just not being happy. Thinking that I was living the life because I was fucking partying with a whole bunch of hot bitches and doing stupid shit like Molly and Xanax. And I was literally addicted to Xanax and Molly at one point in my life. Like, it was crazy. And my best friend set me up to get robbed at gunpoint. I got fucking robbed like 13, 14 like racks, like plus a whole bunch of drugs. So, and at gunpoint. So that's what was the second pivotal moment in my life. Then right after that, my great grandma passes away. And in like a very tragic way too. Like, the doctors pretty much fucked her up and gave her too much something that put her into a coma, and she passed away in a coma. That was like horrible for me. I ended up, like, right when she passed away, I ended up having a dream with her where, like, we didn't even talk. It wasn't talking, but we were communicating. And we're at her house, and she's sitting in her chair in the dining room table, and she's holding my duffel bag of drugs. and then there's a laptop on the table, and she's like telling me like, you need to stop this shit and focus on where you're meant to go. And that's when I started going back into like, okay, let's do more fucking work on the side. Let's get my skill sets up in the marketing space. I want to learn more about customer acquisition, SEO, stuff like that. And that's when I went like all in on my first agency and
You went cold turkey with everything?
Yeah, I fucking, dude, I literally had that dream. I woke up, broke up with my girlfriend at the time, super toxic relationship. I literally got up and just dipped out.
You felt disgusted.
Like, I was so ashamed of myself. I'm like, yo, I need to go rebuild. Like, I was just like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, I need to go be in a different environment. I'm a big believer that you're a product of your environment. So I knew I needed to just get the fuck out.
Wow, that is insane. My grandmother passed away like 2-3 weeks ago. My sister said something similar to what you're saying right now. She had a dream with, our grandmother there, and she was giving her messages, and my sister just woke up and was like, yo, gotta do something, because she literally delivered this message to me, man. So are you a spiritual person?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Are you aligned? Do you believe like in stars, constellations?
All of it. All of it.
How did you get into that?
How did I not? You know what I'm saying? I think it's just so cool.
It's
so cool. And
bro.
I have
a lot of people don't know about that. And the reason I
learned
learned about that is because I worked in a museum, outdoor museum in Miami, and it was the foundation was laid on a natural magnetic field. And if you look at the 7 wonders of the world, they're on natural magnetic fields, and they're facing the North Star. And this little freaking museum is placed on that. They don't know how he built it. They believe he had the same secrets as the Mayans and how they built the pyramid and stuff like that. So that's when I started being intrigued with stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, we align with the stars, but we're not getting into that today. We want your energy.
But the whole ancient alien stuff I got put onto by my grandpa when I was probably like around 13 or something like that. He was super into conspiracy theories. So my grandpa always taught me like, don't take an answer for what it is. Like, question everything always. So that's what I would say instilled like that mindset.
But there's that transcend into anxiety, because you're always gonna question things and yourself.
For sure. So I want to say like between the 16 to 20 period, it was a lot of like, how am I gonna fix the world? The world is so fucked up. Like I didn't know what to do with the information that I had, because my grandpa told me a lot of fucked up shit that is true. Like the whole fucking pedophile rings. Like how can people that control our country
Was he from Peru too? Or?
Yeah, my grandpa's from Peru too. He's just a reader. He's just like, he questions everything. You know what I'm saying? So he just put me onto his knowledge. Come to find out, like 6 years later, Ancient Aliens TV show comes on saying the same shit my grandpa was saying, and I was just like, holy shit! And it really gave me a lot of anxiety, because I didn't know how I could change the world. I didn't believe that I could change the world. So I was just selling drugs. I mean, like I didn't have the drive to do. You know what I'm saying?
Do you ever have guilt?
I literally had my Osho cards read. I don't know if you know what Osho cards are, but it's like Osho's a person and he created these cards. It's kind of like the other cards. I don't know what they're called.
Brujeria?
Not like brujeria, but yeah, kind of some shit like that.
Yeah.
But this is more spirituality stuff. But anyways, I had my Osho cards read, and like I fucking did it based on 4 different people about our relationship, right? And like 4 of them all said, you feel guilty towards this person. You feel guilty. And I do carry a lot of guilt, and I'm doing a lot of meditation to learn to let go of that guilt. But yeah, I always feel guilty. I always feel like I have survivor's guilt, because like I made it out. You know what I'm saying?
You beat the odds and remain humble, right? You listen, you are the shit. I'm sorry, bro. I'm not trying to stroke your ego, but you are the shit, because I've sat down and spoke with you about 4 or 5 years ago, and you was not in this predicament, and you said exactly what you was gonna do, and I was looking at you like, yo, you're fucking crazy.
Bro, everybody thinks I'm crazy.
You're fucking crazy.
I love it.
And then I look online, and you're like, yo, people are fucking calling me crazy, and I was raising my hand, like, looking at the screen like, yeah, I fucking called it crazy. But I love it. Do you feel like you're gonna change the world for real though?
100%. I think I am changing the world today.
Yeah?
Yeah. 100%. I teach people every day how to make money online through their businesses, following their passion, not selling MLMs, none of that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I know a lot of people in that industry, and
And I'm not hating on MLMers. Like,
No,
I just believe they have so
you
much
can't,
more
because I've
power than
seen-
what they get given
and that's
for.
what that's also what I was explaining. It's like, yo, if you apply the same knowledge that you know and do it for yourself. She taught me. I was like, yo, literally, she's the one that told me that years ago, and I wish I would have listened sooner. But we all gonna do what we know or what we think is right, right?
For sure.
I move based on the things that I know and the things that I feel is right for me.
Right.
So what is wrong?
It's all
is that?
perspective.
That's subjective, right?
Yeah.
That's like, yo, it's like, this is how I was raised, because you can't bring somebody from the third world country, bring them over here and be like, yo, this is wrong, and then to us is right. They're not gonna understand that language, right? So how do you transcend things like that, right? Because we come.
Well, see, I don't go against the grain. Like when I'm
but we
teaching
can come
people,
on it.
they come to me. Like I'm not trying to go convince someone of my value. It's either people see what I bring to the table and they want to eat with me, or they don't. I don't need to fight anybody, because I know my tribe is out there and they will find me.
Right.
That's what I believe.
How did you get to that point? So my whole question, the whole thing is that the final moment. Yeah, you explained your grandfather, you coming over here, but there's no secret. I think we have to go through experiences every single day to realize it. When was that point when you realized, oh, yo, I'm on the right path and I'm actually getting to that end goal that I want?
When I had somebody steal 30 grand from me. Because then I knew I was big enough for people to steal from me. And like, once you get big, like, there's no avoiding people stealing from you. You will always have people stealing from you. It's just about, protecting yourself enough and being able to catch it.
Right.
But definitely the first time somebody stole from me was when I realized, like, okay, I'm onto something. I need to just keep going and not focus on the negative shit. Like, head down, ultimate focus on the end goal.
Right. So you're a person of energy. You got to preserve your energy. You should have known that from the start. No, you got to preserve your energy.
Yeah, but people are sneaky, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I say people steal from me, I didn't mean like the first time. I mean like in my business today. Like when someone stole from me in my business, committing invoice fraud and shit like that. Like that's when I knew, okay, I'm onto something and people want a piece of this pie, and like I need to fucking protect myself even more.
Right. So besides business, what else do you have going on?
I have a wonderful relationship.
Talk about it.
I'm learning how to love, which
Yeah.
like it's crazy to know.
You
Like
gotta teach me that shit, man, because
bro, you don't get taught that shit. Isn't that crazy?
we don't get taught that shit,
Like
man.
I learned that like the way my parents love is not like actual love. It's kind of a little bit abusive. But like you have to unlearn so many things, and it's so crazy.
That's the
because,
Hispanic love.
bro, yeah, right? That's a chancleta love, bro.
Yo, but it is, bro. And yo, I literally stood single for the past like 4 years because I'm raising my son. I'm a single dad. I got a 17-year-old boy, and I didn't want to show him that toxic love style, like that the way that I grew up, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to put my family's business out there, but a lot of my people in my family has been in toxic relationships, and they stood there for years, decades. And it's like, yo, thank God that I realized that earlier, man. I'm a firm believer. It's like, yo, the energy that you put out is what you get in, right? So if I'm gonna put my energy into a female that's gonna be toxic, or vice versa, I'm never gonna get to where I want to, right? It's like a burden or a distraction from getting to where I want to get to, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it all comes down to loving yourself. Like learning how to truly love yourself, because when you know how to love yourself, you can know how to love somebody else.
Yo, listen, you've been through a lot. For someone who's in a frenzy, someone who's in a rut, someone who may be going through like depression, anxiety, someone who's doing drugs, what type of value or information can you give them so they can get on a better path?
Get your vibrational state into a gratitude state as fast as possible. Do whatever you got to do to feel grateful about being alive every single fucking day. Like, once you go into gratitude, that's when you can actually manifest new things into your life. Like, that's when you become a creator, right? Anything below gratitude, you're just, like, not a creator. You're not vibing high enough.
Become a victim to your environment rather than a victor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like that for a long time. And thank God I surrounded myself around people that think like you.
Yeah, and if you can't surround yourself with people, like, physically, like me, just buy books and just only consume those books.
I love you. Yo, because I've been preaching that since my first podcast. I'm like, yo, reading a book has changed my life. It sounds so dumb. And I could be trying to post clout. I could troll. I could bring some most ratchet people here, and we could get this podcast to 1 million. But I don't want to do that. I want to give some type of a knowledge and value to people where they can take and use in their personal life, right?
For sure.
Because you see that. You see certain people that are literally like doing major things, but they don't get the same promotion and the same eyeballs as the people that's doing just wild shit. Why is that? Why do you think that? You're in marketing, so you're going to be able to explain that.
Yeah, I mean, people just want to see the train wreck. They can't look away, right? People that are doing good shit is not a train wreck.
Yeah. That's all it is.
You know what I'm saying? People are attracted to toxicity. Like,
Because
you know what the vibe is.
It's
like,
a magnet.
Not everybody's vibing up high, because if we were, we wouldn't have war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, yo, you love your dad.
I love my dad, yes.
Your relationship is amazing. Like I was. Listen. We Hispanic. We go through shit.
Yeah, Hispanic love.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's tough love, bro. People are not gonna understand it from the outside looking in.
No,
but you understand
I love my
it.
dad unconditionally, for sure.
Right. So is he proud of you? I can only imagine.
Yeah, the first time he ever told me he was proud of me was when I did the Gary Vee talk. That was like the first time in my life that he told me he was proud of me.
How was that? Because that's someone you looked up to.
It was more like, I told you so. Like, for me, I was like, yeah, that's right, bitch. You better be proud of me. Because you think about it, it's taken me so long to get to that moment, and he finally like loves me. And I mean, it felt great. It felt absolutely fantastic.
That's somebody you looked up to, right? Yeah, baby.
My dad. Yeah. For sure. Oh, Gary Vee?
Gary. Like, as far as like the industry. And who else?
I look up to Gary Vee. I don't really look up to that many people because so this is my thing with Gary Vee. Like, I put him on a pedestal until I gave a talk with him, or we spoke at the same place. And
she about to shade.
Nah, it's just like I realized, like, yo, you're not better than me.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing you have that I don't have.
Yeah, that was your perspective.
Right.
You already had a perception of somebody that
I thought he was bigger than what he really was. So if he let me down in a way, but it was my fault. It was nothing against him.
You had an expectation.
I had an expectation. That was the problem. And you shouldn't have expectations of anybody. You know what I'm saying? So I fucked up.
Wow. You just taught me something. Yo, I love that perspective right there, because I look up to people and I wonder, I know someday I'm going to sit in the same room, because that's just who I am. I'm going to make sure that happens. And I always question that. If I get in the same room with the people that I look up to, actually have that place that I have a perspective upon them, like, would they really be that high level and high frequency person that I value? Or would they be just a regular human being that
They're just a regular human being.
Just a regular
Yeah, because we hyped them up in our heads. Like,
why do we do that?
We shouldn't. I don't know why I do that. Like, I learned not to do that, but I did do that. It's just like the letdown hurts. You know what I'm saying? There's no point in doing it.
What the fuck happened? We need to see.
No, I wasn't like that. It was just like, I was kind of like pissed because really I wasn't I was pissed at myself for not giving myself enough credit. Like,
at the time, you were just trying to boost him up rather than picking yourself up?
Nah, not even boost him up. I just like put a lot of more value into him than I did into myself. Like, that's it.
So after that, that's you just transfer that mindset and put it into yourself, and now you fucking...
Exactly. It's literally all in your mind, bro. Like, if you think it, you can achieve it. Period.
That's so cliche to say, no?
I know. I hate everything I say is cliche, and I'm like, guys, I know this sounds cliche,
but come on,
but please love yourself.
Yeah, but people need to understand, because people think I'm crazy. I'm in the same predicament. Yeah. When you were saying your shit, I feel like I'm crazy because everything that you're saying is true.
For sure.
And it transcends, and you ascend to where you want to be because of that mindset.
For sure.
Is mindset everything?
Mindset is absolutely everything.
Right. There's people
because of quantum physics.
Fucking rappers. Look at these rappers that have fucking shit mindsets, make millions of dollars, and live the lifestyle that most people dream of.
Well, they don't fucking make millions of dollars. They make record labels with millions of dollars, and the people that control them have really good mindsets.
Right. They get these advances and stuff.
They
like that.
They know where to step. You know, they know where they're walking, but not because they know, because they're puppets.
Right.
They're walking to the money because the people collecting the cash.
That's funny you say that, but look at people like Tory Lanez, who's independent, who's creating NFTs and doing vlogs. it's part of this influence aside from rapping. He is doing fucking big things. His music is fucking great. I feel like I'm sucking his dick.
Yeah, I don't know. What are we talking about, Tory Lanez?
No, but I like to see people like that can get out of the box.
I think the worst thing he ever did was shoot Megan Thee Stallion. I don't even know if that was real. Like, I mean, that could have just been a mistake. I don't know. I can't speak about this shit. Like, I really don't know. I'm not even, like, I love Kanye and Drake and Russ, and that's all I listen to. So,
Have you read his book, Russ' book?
Oh, yeah. It's all in your head. That's all about mindset. Yeah, right?
It's all about fucking mindset. Bro. So what else do you have going on? What else do you see in your vision? What is your 5-year goal?
So I'm starting a hedge fund. So my 5-year goal with my marketing agency is 20 mil a year. And all we do is focus on working with entrepreneurs and influencers and helping them build a business around their personal
big
brand.
influencers.
Big influencers.
Like people that are doing YouTube, people that are like TikTok famous.
Yeah, and that like host conferences and.
But what do you do for them when they're already?
So we build their acquisition channels. So we actually build the systems, hire the teams, and give them all the SOPs to do step-by-step processes.
That is amazing. What made you want to get into that versus you was doing just SEO? Right?
Yeah, no. At one point, I was just doing SEO or paid ads, and then as I went through my clients, when I think I was working with med spas, I realized that they needed help in the sales arena. They needed help hiring and managing. And really, they just needed help taking someone as a lead to a closed sale. And paid ads alone was not going to do that. So I realized I needed to fill the gaps in that I wanted to own the complete value chain of my ideal customers. So what Viral Growth Media does is literally just partner with the right people, the right influencers, the right entrepreneurs that are already fucking crushing it. And we take a percentage of sales. We don't charge retainers. We don't do anything like
merch.
Whether it's merch, courses, coaching programs, whatever the fuck they're selling. And so because of that, it's really hard for us to find the right people because they don't have the systems built out properly in their business. So we created a done with you program. Right now it's called the Deep Dive Accelerator program, but I'm like in the process of changing the name to Results Driven Clients program. And what we do is we teach them how to build the basic foundational systems in their business so that they can work with us at a higher level. So they pay us $15,000 to go through this program with us for 90 days. And by the end of those 90 days, they have a business that's already giving them $50,000 a month.
Wow, that is amazing. So do you target people like Logan Paul and Jake Paul?
Nah, because they don't sell like digital products. It's more like Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, Jay Shetty.
Oh, those type of influencers. Yeah. Nice.
That have like actual, like I love working with B2B entrepreneurs, right? That are selling type of coaching or some type of program to other corporate businesses. That's where the money's at.
That's where the money's at?
That's where the money's at.
Is that why you got into it? Because you've seen the open market?
Yeah. And the fact that the people in that market aren't fucking doing it right. And people need to get to those companies. Like I believe that there's thousands or millions of transformational coaches and consultants that gets their clients that end result that they want, but they're so good at what they do and they only focus on that they lack in the marketing space and sales space. So we're there to support them so that they can focus on their zone of genius.
That's amazing. So what type of influence or guidance can you give me? Someone who's starting a podcast who wants to take this to the next level. Listen, I don't want to be a motivational speaker. I want to give people a platform where they can express themselves, where people can come on here and give that type of knowledge and they can learn, right? This is a learning podcast where people can have fun, they can have entertainment, but it also can gain knowledge where they can take in their everyday life. And this is why I ask you specific questions, because you literally went from 0 to 100, and I fucking commend you for that. Like, there's people like me looking at you like, yo, fucking salute. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing, because not only did you take it to 0 to 100, you take care of your dad now.
Not my dad, like not just my dad, my mom, my grandparents.
Talk that shit. Every time I say
Everybody's
something,
on payroll.
she's like, "Yo, wait, let me flex one time. Let me flex one time." How does that feel to be in that
It
position?
feels great. Is
this something you dreamed of?
Yeah, 100%.
That is fucking amazing. Are you planning on getting married?
100%. Probably in the next 2 years. 100%. Twins.
What?
Yeah, I have my whole life planned out, dude. I'm gonna be president of Peru in like 7 years, 7 or 8 years. I'm gonna fucking turn Peru from a communist bullshit thing that they got going on
Clip that.
to fucking not. I don't want to say like capitalism because people hate on that, but like social capitalism, right? Like we're gonna make money selling products, and we're gonna give a percentage of sales back to people that need financial literacy, that need education. You know what I'm saying? Like we in Peru specifically, and I think also in America, we've just like dropped the ball completely on education. Like,
why is that?
I don't fucking because they want to keep you stupid, is what I believe. Like they want you to not know what the fuck is going on. Like that's why they don't teach you how to do your taxes in school, right? Because what the fuck do we always have to pay since we're fucking 18 till we die? Taxes. And they don't want to teach us how to fucking
we all have in
shit.
common.
Like, bro, the book, The Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. Have you read it?
Yeah.
That shit.
Rich Dad Poor Dad?
No, not Rich Dad Poor Dad. The Cash Flow Quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. That shit changed my life.
Yeah. He wrote Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh yeah. He wrote Rich Dad. So the cash flow quadrants: employee, self-employed, business owner, and investor. Realizing when I was in a self-employed quadrant, I didn't know I was getting taxed 60% versus a fucking business owners in the 30 and investors in like the 10.
Yeah.
Like I didn't understand that concept. Like I had no idea. And once I finally learned it, I was like, yo, I need to get the fuck out of here as soon as possible. Like, I need to be a business owner and investor ASAP. And yeah, so I did it, right? I built out systems in my own business. I hired the right people in my business. Don't get it twisted. Hiring is hard.
It's fucking
fucking hard as fuck because you're working with people. Like, I wish it was robots. I thought I could build it with robots, but you really do need people. And we source all our talent from the Philippines. So the people we hire getting paid anywhere from $3 to $7 an hour, and they're fucking crushing it. They're beasts. They're MBAs. Like, they have their masters and shit. Like,
how the fuck you figure that out?
Here's a hack, guys. Onlinejobs.ph, and they'll fucking mix all your podcasts and everything for like $50 for the low. And they're good workers, and they need the money. Like they really do value you and value themselves, what they bring to you, and I value them even more because of that. Because they're legit with what they do, and they take their work very, very seriously.
Yo, that is fucking amazing. You just taught me something. How did you even know that? How did you even come up with that?
So I do this for people. Like we that's what we use to hire the people for our clients and their businesses.
People from elsewhere?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those are the people that work harder?
Yeah, 100%.
Why is that? Because
they don't have opportunity like us. Right? Like, Americans are entitled.
But so at one point, are we taking advantage?
You're not. I don't think I'm ever taking advantage, bro. What are you talking about?
No. That's a common question that the
you're
simple
not,
person.
Because without you, they wouldn't have that opportunity regardless.
So speak that shit. No, I love the way you think, man. And you're always thinking outside of the box, man. And to build a fucking great business, you need great people around you, right? Do you have anybody in your business that works harder than you?
That works harder than me? Mm-hmm. No, I wouldn't say that works harder than me. I work pretty hard. Honestly, nah. You know what? Everybody works the same. I believe. Like everybody does 100. Like for real. Yeah. Like there's nobody because we have a rule. We always every quarter we fire the bottom 20%.
For real?
Yep. And that's how we keep the performance high in our teams.
That's amazing. What made you come up with that concept?
So my VP of sales, all he does is like building sales teams. And that's one of his roles. So that's
who is your competitor?
Cool. What do you mean?
Competitors. Who's in the same space you are?
Direct competitors like Gary Vee, like VaynerMedia, like
yeah, idols become virals.
Yeah, no, that's facts. That's facts, bro. Facts.
You coming at people's neck with that?
Oh.
So, are you doing YouTube? Are you doing anything aside from your marketing and catering to your clients and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I always build my personal brand, right? Like we're about to start the podcast up. I had the podcast, but then COVID happened and I just never got back on it. So I've just honestly these last 2 years since COVID, I've just been chilling. But like 2022, I'm fucking all in, baby. Like I'm starting a YouTube. Well, not that I'm starting, like I have YouTube going on. And I'm just gonna go all in. Like I'm gonna be posting more frequently. The podcast,
Yeah, I seen your YouTube,
IG.
and I was
hit like almost 2,000 followers. I feel like, at like 6 months ago, I was at like 200,
that's just
and then I
posting.
started posting.
But I want to see like a day in life. I want to see like the behind the scenes, bro. Like
We just did, baby. We just did the what was the thing we did at the gym? We didn't ask me anything at the gym. So after every set, she had a list of questions to ask me, and like literally, she's like, "Hey, Laura, what did you blah 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 blah?" And I was like, "Oh man."
I think that's dope because you're vibrating at a high level. Like there's people that want to know that, and for the everyday user, that everyday consumer, because a lot of people are consumers, bro, and they look at that and they feel like they have to emulate that one specific thing. And that's what I did when I first started this podcast. I live and thrive over podcasts, and I felt like I had to take and emulate all these people that it was coming out like shit.
Really?
And now that yeah, absolutely, bro. I was like, yo, I got to do it this way. I got to do it this way, and then I would get on, and I would just have so much brain fog. And I was like, yo.
You were like paralyzed.
I was paralyzed, bro. I had this
by
whole
analysis
wave and the way that I want to come out, and it would go completely blank. Has that ever happened to you? Because you speak on stages and you teach people?
So, nah.
I want to make sure that I'm fucking human.
Specifically has not happened to me. Because when I go on stage, I'm very in the moment. Like, let's go now. I don't like to plan. Like before this podcast, I'm like, because if I start doing that, that's when I fuck up. When I start planning shit is when I fuck up. And I know that about me.
Me too. Me
so
too.
I'm like, let's just go hit record now. So it just goes. I don't do take two.
That off. But
one
yo,
take Drake.
90% of the podcasts are scripted.
Oh really?
I've been doing research and it's all scripted.
Shut the fuck up.
Yo, listen, they do pauses. Yo, I watch media and I watch like behind the scenes, and being that I'm doing this, I can tell when there's certain cuts and things. The biggest podcast that you know is scripted.
Joe Rogan?
Oh no.
Yeah, that's the biggest podcast.
No. He's 100%. He's just all of them. I'm not gonna.
What about Flagrant 2 podcast?
I don't watch.
No, that's with Andrew Schultz. I don't think that's.
Oh yeah, no. He's a comedian.
Yeah.
He's a fucking comedian. But
I think that's an awesome skill set to have, being a comedian.
Yeah, it is.
Because you saw fucking Kim Kardashian's new boo, Pete Davidson. He's a comedian.
Yeah.
Dude's ugly as fuck, and he's smashing them cheeks, dog.
Yeah, and he's fucking crazy, bro. He's like fucking living with his mom the whole time, and it says like he's on psychedelics and living this crazy lifestyle, but he lives in his true purpose, and I think that's fucking important.
He's dope, yeah.
You like people like that?
Yeah. I love people that just fucking do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't care about this box that society puts us in, and they just get the fuck out the box.
And that's the type of vibe I get from you. You're so like sincere, so fucking chill and nonchalant. At one point in your life, did you ever feel like you hit a certain point in your life where you feel like you made it?
I did hit that point, and then like I realized I didn't, because like I had a girlfriend, we were planning on starting a family, but it all felt really forced.
Fucking happens with a girl, bro.
It always happens. Yeah. It always happens with a girl. And that's what made me realize, like, yo, this isn't right. Like, this is not for me. I need to go back to the drawing board and really build out more detail into what I really want in a relationship.
But you thrive on relationships, and you want to be loved and have that companionship.
Of course. But the thing is, I love myself enough that it doesn't matter if there's someone there. You know what I'm saying? And that's the key. Like, that's what had to happen for me to meet the love of my life, which I believe my girlfriend right now is the love of my life, and I'm going to marry her. Like, I genuinely believe that.
Talk that shit. Clip it.
No, but, like, for real, bro. And she didn't come into my life until I decided to say, like, I am enough. I love myself. Like, I deserve love. You know what I'm saying? Like, true love. And it doesn't need to be forced. Like it should just be a vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And literally, she found me. Like, she slid into my DMs. And, like, yeah, is very. And then, like, she flew out here. I didn't even pay
Where
for
she's
her
from?
flight. She's from Miami.
Oh, okay.
But,
okay.
but yeah, she flew out here and she just never left.
She put a lock on it. It's like, you ain't going
Nah,
nowhere.
she put a lock on it and said, I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I love that. And I could see by the way you talk and your glow. It's like, yo, you're
But no,
fucking
also
happy.
no, I vetted her, bro. Like I told you, I'm into astrology and all that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I had her birth chart fucking done. I had her Osho cards read. Like I had to make sure this was the one because I didn't want to waste time. I was
Wait,
at a point in my life where I'm
depend
done
on that? Do
wasting
you
time.
depend on the extra stuff to dictate like what's real and what's
fuck yeah, dude. Because like if my intuition says this is good,
your intuition versus the outer perspective, which is
well,
reading,
so that's just confirmation, right? Like my intuition
says one thing.
says one
and then
thing,
that
and then I need
aligns.
to confirm it. Yeah. Even though I should trust myself more,
Yeah.
but sometimes like I don't fucking trust myself, and I need someone like that can see some other shit
Yo,
to
how
tell
the
me,
fuck
yo, that's okay.
How the fuck you gonna run a $1 billion business and not
Well, I trust myself, and that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one aspect of life that I've gotten figured out.
you mastered that side.
But love is a whole nother thing.
A language.
Dude. Like,
it's a different language.
it really is. And for me to find my person, I had to go through a whole like healing process, dude. Just like for me to be successful in business, I had to go through a healing process. You know, and get rid of a whole bunch of limiting beliefs. I had a whole I didn't really love myself enough. Like once
But
I
why?
figured
What
out,
was that? Where did that stem
because I don't fucking know, dude.
from?
I don't know.
Yo, you had both of your parents where you was raised?
Nah, my mom left my dad when I was 7 and got remarried 3 days after she left us. She just told us that she was going on vacation and she never came back.
Oh, that's loud. Yes. Yeah, so we in Brandon Cigar International. You can hear all the noise. They again lend us the spot. You know, they want us to come over here. They want us to, spread the love and positivity. There's a Buccaneers game plan. Are you a Bucs fan?
Kanye's there. Yeah, I'm a huge Bucks fan. Love Tom Brady.
Yeah. So wherever Tom Brady goes, you go?
Nah, I was not a Patriots fan. I used to be a Steelers. I mean, I'm still a Steelers
Wherever Tom
fan.
goes, I go. I'm not really.
Yeah.
I don't really watch shit, bro. Listen, I haven't turned on the TV in 5 years.
Yeah.
I promise you, I'm not. I'd rather learn something. I'd rather be in, use my time wisely.
For sure.
Other people are different. I would hang out, have drinks and bullshit, so it contradicts itself. Right? Right? But we all live in moderation. Do you believe that's important?
For sure. Because, like, I have a highly addictive personality. Like,
You
that's
don't
why I
say.
need to know I need to fucking, like, be very careful with what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a very big believer of you're a product of your environment. So if you surround yourself at a strip club with a shitload of coke, you're going to fucking do coke and fuck
What's
some
that?
strippers.
What's that? Your drug of your choice?
No.
No.
Drug of my choice was Molly.
Yeah. But that's so superior and so, like, out there right now that everybody's doing.
Yeah, no, it's
and
all
with
bad.
the
Especially right now, the fentanyl shit. Like, don't do any fucking drugs. I don't do any fucking drugs like that.
Yeah, that's.
I smoke
People
weed.
are dying left and right.
I know. It's sad. It's really fucking sad. I don't even.
People losing their lives. People are getting.
It's the crack epidemic all over again. Dude.
Yeah.
The crack cocaine thing in the 80s. Like, I think that like the government is literally putting fentanyl.
Yo,
like,
I seen an
helping people put
article
fentanyl.
that more people died of fentanyl than car crashes and
I believe it.
and domestic violence and like
I'll
5
believe
other
it.
things, like all in one. And I'm like, yo, people are really living like that. What if?
It's because of lack of purpose.
So people try to.
I think so. People trying to escape their reality. Like, I don't know what they've done in their lives, but whatever they've done, they want to escape it. Like, I believe that because, like, I've been there. I've been addicted to drugs to want to escape my reality. But then, like, something had to happen in my life for me to change. You know, and some people, when that moment comes, they choose the other way. Like, they don't choose to change. They choose to keep being the same, and then they just die.
Muscle. It's a muscle in the brain to change. Because once you, I'm good. Thank you. Once you addicted to something, it's hard to get out of it. It's anyway the way you think, the way you eat, the way even food, man. Food is a fucking toxic drug, bro.
For sugar, sugar's a fucking drug.
Exactly, bro. I fasted for 8 days straight. And it was one of the most challenging, but the most awakening moment
Fuck
of
yes.
my
I
life.
love fasting, dude.
Bro.
I love
Yo,
it.
listen, and before I fucking fasted, I never knew what fasting was. I knew of it because I thought it was like a religious belief. Like if you Muslim or something like that, you have to fast for a certain amount of hours, and when the sun, leaves, you can eat. That's what I thought. But when I started to dig deep and read books on it, I'm like, yo, bro, this is what they were doing in the ancient times. This is the remedy to everything. Your body is a machine. It was made to protect itself and recreate and protect itself, recreate new
So
cells.
all that stuff I'm learning now because I'm not focused as much on my business, right? Like I max work 10 hours a week. Now I'm learning about love. I'm learning about
This is
self-healing,
exactly why I said it.
weight. Like I'm trying to lose weight, and what I'm realizing
We don't
is
try.
like,
We don't try. We didn't
no,
use that
right.
word. You owe me $5 every time.
I'm
You're gonna do
fucking
it.
losing weight, bro. And my fastest way to lose weight has been forgiving family members. Like the weight just falls off, dude. I don't even have to work out.
That's fucking
Is there
amazing.
something in your body? Like your body is a being.
Mhm.
Like I'm learning that now. Why don't we teach kids this shit?
Yeah, why don't we
Because
fucking
it's
teach these
true.
kids?
Like why? They
Yo,
don't want
my-
us to know about our highest self.
My son is
bro.
17 years old. We opted out of school 2 years ago. Like he does homeschool and shit like that because for what? Like I'm trying. Yo, listen, I'm learning as I go.
For sure.
I'm not around people like you where I can learn. This is why I invited you to a place like this. I created this podcast for my selfish reasons.
Mhm.
I want to be able to sit with people like you and gain knowledge so I can take that knowledge and apply it to the real world.
For sure. And
that's
I'm
why-
doing the same thing with my podcast. Like that's fair. That's fair as fuck. Are
Yeah,
you
'cause a
selling
lot of people want
sponsorships
to.
here?
No, not yet. Listen,
Sure.
I just started a month ago.
Oh, you did?
Just a month ago.
You should
I got-
fucking sell sponsorships
Yeah,
here, bro.
eventually we will. My thing is like, yo, I've done sacrifices, a lot of time and a lot of money just coming here. Like I stepped a lot away from my businesses to be able to put my time into this because this is something I'm passionate. This is something I love. I feel like
Yeah,
this
but
is-
you should fucking automate your detailing business.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
that should be
that's
automated.
that's already done. But
your
it's,
Airbnb stuff
it's-
too.
But it's fucking hard, bro. Listen, my son gets paid $20 an hour.
That's nothing though.
My son's 16 years old.
You better get paid 40.
He's gonna see this shit and be like, yo, he asks me for more money all the time, and I'm like, yo, when you stop fucking complaining, I'll give you more money.
No,
You gotta-
but that's dope. That's dope. 'Cause that's
Yeah,
your son,
I'm
you
just
know what
teaching
saying?
him the
That's
value
dope.
of money.
Yeah.
Yo, in the past year, I spent $0 on him. $0. Everything that he wants, he go get. But he's been saving a lot of money. He wants to invest into himself. He wants to start like a vending machine business. He wants to do Twitch. He's like investing into like.
Oh, he should definitely do Twitch.
I've
Twitch is
been
popping.
telling him, but let's get into this. He has social anxiety because he's so dependent on social media. And when we get into this new way of living, i.e., metaverse, how is that going to impact the future?
Bro, it's a whole nother world, bro. It's gonna bring up so many new disorders. It's crazy. I have a client that's a therapist. Her name's Dr. Cami, and she's actually, we were just talking about this last week. She's gonna build out a practice right next to wherever the fuck Pornhub is gonna have their spot in the metaverse. She's gonna have an addiction practice there, right next to
The
it,
problem
so
and
that
the
people can
solution.
just walk right over.
Yeah.
Because it's going to bring up so many new problems in people. It's going to create so many new
It already
disorders.
has. I mean, social media, my son lives on that, bro. And I fucking say this on every podcast. He lives on that. My son is fucking popular on the internet. He's not popular in real life. You put him around people and he has fidgets. He has like this weird anxiety things that he does when he has anxieties.
I mean, is he conscious of it, and does he want to
He
overcome
knows.
it?
He knows.
So
And he
then
has
the
to
only
slow-
remedy is for him to keep doing it.
Right,
Like,
yeah,
keep getting
yeah.
in front of people. So
Yeah,
it
but
doesn't affect-
it gets to a point where I have to push him. And then it gets to a point where he feels like I'm pushing him too much. So
yeah, you can't do that. He's got to want to change.
But again, you Hispanic. Your parents were ruthless. Discipline.
Nah.
No.
Nah,
It
'cause I
wasn't.
was an
I
only
grew up in a
child, and my
discipline-
dad had guilt. So he
He did.
didn't. It wasn't like that for me.
Yeah, well, the way I grew up, it was like discipline. And it's led me to where I'm at today. It created this mindset where, one, the most important thing, when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something because I was taught the only thing you have in this world is your fucking word and your bond. On the flip side, my son, yo, I'm disciplined with him, but it gets to that, I'm fucking guilty. 2 days, 1 day goes by, I'm like, here's your phone back. Go ahead, you could go play with your friends, you could go do this and stuff like that. But when does it come to a point where you got to just be disciplined? And this is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even give you advice on this because I don't have any kids. You know what I'm saying? So,
but the way you was brought up,
I would
did
not
what you
bring
want.
my kid the way. Yeah, I did whatever
'cause
the fuck I wanted, bro. I was sneaking out of my house, stealing my dad's car at like fucking 13, bro. Like I was not a good
yo,
kid.
I love to hear this. I love to hear this because
I was always pushing the boundaries, bro. Always.
and still to this day.
Till this day, yes. I live by that shit. So I don't think bad kids are really bad. They just have to decide to like not be bad growing up. You know what I'm saying? They got to be like, yo, how do I win in this game?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to try to win in the game that's fucking illegal as fuck.
Right.
You want to try to win.
Yeah,
in the
one thing
legal
about
game.
my son, he's never been exposed to that. Like I've
Good.
sheltered him and put him not in the box, but I cornered him from having the opportunity to get into things that I was into. My son is 17 years old. When I was 17 years old, he was already 1 year old.
Mm.
So think about that. He's already beat me in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Now I just got to teach him the game to go to the next level.
Right.
Which is like, yo, this kid's at 17 years old is fucking millionaires.
Bro, he should be. Yeah, he should be investing that money into NFTs and crypto for sure.
We don't know about that. I see it and I understand it. I just don't know what route, what direction, how the fuck, what hosting.
Well, just how you say you don't know about it, like nobody really fucking like. I only know about it because I'm out there buying shit. You know, I've lost a lot. I've lost over 100 grand.
How do we buy? How do we buy? What website?
How do you buy what?
NFTs.
NFTs. You just go on. You go get a MetaMask account, and
That's a hosting.
It's your wallet.
It's a wallet.
It's where you hold.
It's
your
like a
NFTs.
Forex, right? Like Forex has hostings and wallets and.
Yeah. But where you go buy it, you got to go to any marketplace, right? So the most popular marketplace is called OpenSea. So that's where most people are making their drops, and that's where CryptoPunks is. And you just have to do research on the projects. Like you have to invest in projects you believe in, right? Like there's one.
CryptoPunks is going crazy. Like I follow FaZe Banks, and this motherfucker, he going crazy.
Yeah. So they said that Gary V called Logan Paul, and
I've seen
you saw that,
Yeah,
and Mr. Beast,
Yeah,
and
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast alone made $600 million just off of that phone call because Gary called them and was like, "Yo, all y'all need to buy CryptoPunks," and I think he scooped up like 9 of them. And I think it was when they were like maybe like around 10 grand a pop, something like that.
And now how much?
Yeah,
is
like
it?
100 bands plus, like easy 150 bands plus.
That's insane.
Yeah, he made him $600 million.
That's insane. You know, Mr. Beast is fucking going crazy. Do you follow his stuff?
I don't. You know, I don't consume a lot of content like that, but I like.
Yeah,
I have
no,
to
I
put
don't-
myself
I-
in a mindset like, yo, this is research and development. Like, let's go down this rabbit hole. I've been watching a lot of Steve Will Do It. I didn't know what the fuck
Motherfucker's
this guy was
crazy.
about, and I'm like,
That
holy shit,
motherfucker is
bro,
crazy.
that guy just gives out money like for
Left
no
and right.
reason.
But he makes triple the amount of money. It's an investment because you put out
He's
a video.
fucking, he works with alcohol companies. I don't think a lot of YouTubers do that.
Well,
so
he works with the UFC, Dana White.
Dana
That's
White,
his.
yeah.
That's what he promotes, and then he has his own shit, which is called Happy Dad.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
He got Happy Dad, but they sell merch, bro. Their merch, they selling $3-4 million in minutes.
I believe it.
In
All
minutes,
day.
in minutes, because they built that audience and the people that's willing to.
They need to drop an NFT project. I would
They would
fucking
think
scoop their shit up.
they were thinking about it. But Cal, the owner of that, he's like, I'm still iffy. I want to see what the masses are doing and stuff like that. But they on a fucking wave. How do you create that wave?
Bro, so the way they did it is they started doing crazy shit to get attention, and then they fucking brought that whole college frat boy vibe, and that's their audience. That's the way they did it.
Those are where the most
But that's what they
consumers-
like. So it all comes down to who's your target audience, right? And the only answer is create content that's gonna knock down the limiting beliefs of them working with you. So, right? So create enough content to the point where people know you're the expert at something.
Yeah.
So that's how consultants should do it. Like coaches and consultants should do it.
And that's what you teach people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's dope, man. This is gonna turn into a vlog soon. This is gonna turn into behind the scenes and like the motivational, the music, the people.
Wait, this is not already a vlog, or
This is not.
like,
This is a podcast. This is a visual. This is like impulsive.
So you do have a YouTube channel for the video,
yes, right? So the video and audio.
Gotcha.
So it's going to start off with that. Once we grow, we're going to do vlogs. We're going to do all that shit. But that's why I'm trying to teach my son, like, yo, get into your shit so we can align it and we can push it to the masses. So we're going to wrap it up. We've been here for a little minute. Listen, I appreciate someone in your stature. And we don't really care about statures here. We care about the mindset. But everything that you delivered today is on point. It just clarifies and it solidifies everything that I think. And it puts me on a pathway to believe more. Because if you did it, and I've seen you did it fucking within 4 or 5 years, built this massive train and a monumental business that will live on forever. You're able to take care of your family. You're able to live the life that you want. And you don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
And I love that.
Right, it's crazy you say that because, I have this client that was scared to refer another client that we mutually know over to me because of my content. She was like, he's very religious, like, I don't know if he would really, appreciate the way you teach. And I'm like, whoa. Like, my personal life, like, unless he's a homophobe, which usually it's people that are homophobic that don't fuck with me. But, like, unless he's a homophobe, we should be fine because, like, it's either you see the value that I'm bringing and you're going to take advantage of that value and apply it in your business so you can make fucking, 10x whatever the fuck you paid me, or you don't and you keep walking because I'm not going to try to change your mind. Like, that's super important for people to understand is, like, don't change for anybody else. Like, don't. Just be your true, authentic self. And people will appreciate you for just that.
I love that. We're gonna wrap it up right now. Where can people find you?
Find me on Instagram at Laura Egochega.
What can people expect from you in the next year?
New book. Guys, if you have any issues with your relationship with money, right? Like maybe your parents told you things like money doesn't grow on trees or you have to work hard for money. So those are all called limiting beliefs. And that's like built into your subconscious. So like subconsciously you're having negative thoughts around money, which is blocking money from you. You need to be a money magnet. So my book literally walks you through all the exercises to forgive your family and, just get rid of those energy blockages around money. And yeah, that's the biggest
when
thing.
When can people expect that?
Q2 of 2022.
Yes, let's go. Listen, again, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your energy. I appreciate you giving out knowledge to the people. I'm going to continue to follow you, your content and everything you do. Again, I appreciate you. Guys, thank you for tuning in. Every week, we invite interesting guests and we talk about defining moments and what defines them as an individual. We decided to set up here at a Cigar International in Brandon. They were courteous enough to lend us this spot every single week. They take us with open arms. So if you ever in Tampa, come check this spot out. It's a good vibe. It's a chill spot.
It's a vibe.
Yo, people are nice. You can watch the game. You can chill. So thank you for tuning in. We out. Peace.